Oh, goodness. All right, boys. Bungo, A or S? A or S? Put in an A for now. Really good. Bungo's crazy good. Shikishima and Yamato. Decent. These are decent ships. Although compared to all the battleships in Tier 10, are they decent or are they mid? They might be mid, boys. It's big 25. The problem that I have with Bungo is you can't run in. That's kind of if Bungo had like okay, this would be bad game design, but if Bungo had 32 nose and ass instead of 25, it would probably be S tier for me. But Bungo legitimately like cannot fight BBs at close range. I don't really know if it's fair to call these. I don't think hardly any BBs are going to be in the mid tier. Like realistically, okay, we'll probably put them in. We'll probably have to shuffle this because like there's two mindsets, right? One is how effective is the boat in a random battle game. None of these BBs are going to be below mid, right? But the other is how effective is it compared to other BBs, and like then some of them are probably mid. They're decent boats. The problem really with Shiki and Yamato is they're so easily exploitable by like plays. Like these are two of the only BBs in the game that can die to like a druid 1v1. Like you guys realize this, right? If you're in Yamato and I'm in druid, I'm literally killing you 1v1. Like I don't think you can say that about almost any BB in the game. Like Yamato versus a druid, both full health, druid clears. Druid just runs in a circle around your boat and just kills it. Shikishima might kill the druid because of the secondaries, but that's diabolical that's a thing, dude. Is it not? Like, like I have literally like 80k Yamatos in 30 seconds in druid. It's ridiculous. Or any DD with like great DPM, they just evaporate. I don't think the cheek on these a lot is made of the cheek on these hulls. I don't think that's a problem. Like the cheek is not that big of a deal, and it actually has a pretty good deck and superstructure armor situation. Really, the problem with these boats, in my mind, is the 32 belt. Like the 32 belt is horrific, dude. Horrific. Horrific. Okay. Where are we going next? We're going to Louisiana, which is definitely good. Good to decent good. Maybe we'll put it in decent for now. Bungo is noticeably better than Louisiana, so we'll leave it like this for now. But I mean, Louisiana is bow in a better Montana. Let's be real. Bow in, it's a better Montana. It has decent planes. It's stealthier and faster and more maneuverable than Montana. Why? It is though. It is all of those things. But why? Oh my god, that's fucking crazy, dude. Uh, but yeah, I mean it's decent for sure. It's at least decent. Montana's at least decent. I'd definitely rather be in Montana than the weeb boats. I'd probably rather be in Monty than Louisiana, but I don't necessarily think Montana is overall better. Like Louisiana is a weird boat because it is like absurdly tanky bowing at longer range. Like at 15 kilometers, okay, we have the game pulled up, right? At 15 kilometers, lads, this is what you see shooting Louisiana bowing at 15 km, all right? This is what your shells see coming down from the sky. 15-kilometer Louisiana. Yeah, where are you damaging it? Like, it's a weird boat, because at super close range, it's got way more superstructure than anything else. Out at, like, medium range, it's got almost no superstructure. And, like, especially even kiting at long range, unless you hit like, you almost have to deliberately aim short. But, like, look at what the profile for, like, a Des Moines or a Zhao spamming you is, right? Like, this is all 38, right? At long range, the ship is bizarrely tanky. And then when you're bow in, I mean, you're just a Montana with planes, right? So it's definitely not. It's definitely a decent ship. Rhode Island. Is Rhode Island in the S tier for strong, or is it in the please God somebody help me when I'm fighting it tier? It's at minimum in the S. The ship is horrific. Louisiana eats too much shit. I mean, I just want to know how you come to that conclusion. Like, if you're angled 45 degrees at 10 km, yeah, yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like the ship, that's why it's in B tier. If Louisiana didn't have this weakness, it would be an A. But again, the problem is when you try to push in, that's when you take damage, right? But like, if you're at 15 to 20 km BB fight ranges, there's very little to hit on this boat. Okay, we'll do what we did with the DDs. We'll like move them up at the end. We'll move them up at the end maybe. Vermont, Ohio is good. Definitely an A tier ship. Very good. Vermungus. Straight to please help. Please God, somebody help me. When the Vermungus is among us. Please help. Please help. Like, the only ship that is even kind of tolerating a Vermont 1v1 is gonna be like Libtard at close range and Colombo at long range. Like Colombo at like 15 plus kilometers probably beats Vermont, and then Libtard in like the sweet spot of like 10 to 12 km, where the secondaries aren't hitting torque protection. Like at like 10 kilometers, Libtard's good against Vermont, and then at long range, Colombo's really good. But like, man, the only other boats that like reliably put big damage into Vermont get big damaged way back harder. It's way worse. Like, if you're in a cruiser that pens Vermont, spoiler alert, buddy, you get clicked twice and you're dead. If you're in a battleship that's good at HE spamming Vermont, you're probably in something like a Mecklenburg and you're getting shit on. God bless the Vermont. God bless the Vermont. Wisconsin is easy S. Easy S tier. I mean, I don't think there's really even much to say about that. I mean, it is just an Iowa in tier 10, so don't be thinking it's too crazy. But it's pretty good. Okay. Is this a hot take? I have questions for you if you think Kremlin isn't good anymore. Minimum, it's like up here. Yeah, Bungo's probably up here. Kremlin is still like an insane ship. Like an insane ship. Like, are people not winning games in Kremlin? Maybe we'll leave it here for now. The boat still absolutely fucks. It's still basically the hardest battleship in the game to kill. It still has the best battleship guns at very close range. When I kite in my Kremlin, I shotgun cruisers. Stop kiting in Kremlin, you fucking dog. Slava. Slava's mid, boys. Hate to break it to you. Slava is mid. The boat has 0 game in. Remember, what did we say, guys? What did we say? What are the 4 criteria for this list? Fuck it. Fuck you all, honestly. What were the 4 criteria of this list? Number 1, you actually like to play aggressive. Number 2, you're playing solo in random battles. Number 3, the enemy team doesn't have to be dog shit for your ship to perform. And number 4, you have hands. There you go. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Slava requires the enemy to be actual dogs. Like, literally yapping at the keyboard, drooling on their mouse pad, or it has zero. It cannot ever push because the hull is dog shit. One of the worst, not the worst BB hull in the game because you can't really be Citadel through the nose or ass, but it's up there. It's a contender, like a top 5 worst BB hull in tier 10. No effective damage output, like the guns do no damage. So if you don't get paid actors, you're fucked. Also, broadside cruisers often get away with it. It's mid. You can have like the Unicorn Slava game every now and then. Like if you're like a couple weeks ago when we played it, those 2 games. Where like what was it? Like an Iowa went flat to me out of spawn and we like 50k'd him at max range. I mean, that's pretty cool. But like again, it relies the enemy to be dog shit. There it is, boys. German engineering. The Grosse first. I have a question for the fine people in the Twitch chat. Okay. Let me set the premise for you. Vermont has a 40-second heal. Rhode Island has a 40-second heal. Ohio has a 40-second heal. Why the fuck would this boat get a 40-second fucking heal when GK doesn't? Like, I'm convinced, dude. All you would have to do, all Wargaming would have to do, is give Preussen and GK 40-second heal cooldown. Just give them a 40-second cooldown heal, and they're fixed. They're worth playing. They're not griefing your team anymore. Because all of a sudden, they can kind of tank a bit. Like, these ships have terrible guns, mediocre hulls, no maneuverability, and no healing. Like, just crazy. Honestly crazy. Preussen is dog shit, but still better than GK. I mean, see, my urge to hot take is coming out because, like, I'd rather play Preussen than Slava. But Slava is probably better than Preussen. But I hate this ship. I despise this boat. The Battleship Elbing straight to S tier? What do we think? Okay. Mecklenburg. I would say Mecklenburg is good. It's got very effective damage farming, but it can also unlike ships that just mostly damage farm, like I'm blanking. Irresistible. Mecklenburg can actually tank some damage in return, get some game impact. Great AP, great HE, can actually citadel BBs at close range. It's going to get a buff, by the way, guys. Something to keep in mind. I'm going to mention for Mecklenburg and Schlieffen is that next update, your torps won't be permed by the first Conqueror salvo that hits you, which is pretty big. I despise Schlieffen. I would definitely put Schlieffen in mid. Remember again what we said, how it requires the enemy team to be bad? Schlieffen is a boat that requires your target to be a bad player. If you are in Schlieffen and you are fighting, let's pick a battleship that would die to Schlieffen. Oh yeah, none of them. Oh yeah, that's right, not any of them. Okay, so you have to have the enemy player have no ability to aim and overextend. Like, number one, the enemy player has to overextend. Number two, after overextending, they have to not be able to aim and crush you for 20k on cooldown. Subs and CVs make your game literally unplayable because they grief your fast DCP. You run out of DCP. So, like, you get chunked for 25k by Montana, and then you get pinged by a sub and you have to rep the ping, and then the CV dropped you when you left spawn, so now you have 2 DCPs left and you're fucked. It just relied... Now, when the enemy team is really bad, the Schlieffen's fucking incredible. Like, if, let's say the enemy team is playing nothing but, Republic and their dog shit, holy fuck, dude, send help, right? But let's say, like, you're fighting Montanas and Vermonts and the guys can aim, you're just completely fucked. You don't do anything. You have 0 game impact. Conqueror. Conqueror is a weird boat. It's a weird little boat. Decent. It's unkillable unless you torp it. It's unkillable if you can't torpedo it. Could put any A tier BB into S and any S into please help. It would make sense. Yeah, BBs. Yeah, exact. Yeah, very true. Very true. I mean, BBs are just truly a different breed. Incomparable is legitimately please help. Who are like, stop the cope. Stop the cope. Stop the cope, boys. In what ship is 1v1ing an incomparable not a please help situation? Now, to be fair, you could run into a game where the CV humps you all game, and then you're not as good as Vermont. So maybe we'll move it down one tier. I think what makes Vermont like truly absurd is that even the things that grief every other BB in the game don't even grief Vermont that bad. Like, because yeah, if an FDR says, hey, that guy with the incomp has funny stats, let's drop him all game, that's way worse than the same thing happening to Vermont, right? Like, to be fair, Vermont is resilient even in the worst lobbies imaginable. Like, double sub on your ass and CV humping you, Vermont is still the best BB in the game. Which is fucking crazy. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, my goodness. St. Vincent is, I think, still good. I hate the boat, but it's definitely good. It's definitely good. The main problem with St. Vincent is it fails the fourth part of our test, which is it requires the enemy to be bad. Especially against, if we're imagining the St. Vincent fighting most of these battleships, like, if you are in a St. Vincent and you are fighting Vermont, Incomp, Wisconsin, Bungo, Kremlin, Ohio, Montana, these ships, you are hoping that they're bad. Because if they're not bad, then you either irrelevantly farm them across the map, or if you try to push, you get dev struck. So it definitely like kind of requires your victim to be a bad player. Because like any good player inside of like 12, 13 kilometers is going to nuke Vincent through the bow on cooldown, right? But the boat is obscene against cruisers. I mean, Thunder is like at minimum in the top of S tier. It's probably please help. Even in the big 25, like what is the argument to be fighting against a Thunderer and feeling like you have a chance? Like even other ships that do like okay, like Incomparable does really good against Thunderer. But like most of these battleships are basically helpless. Thunderer absolutely can push. It has 32 everywhere, but it has insanely good, it has good firing angles, amazing AP and amazing HE. I mean, it can definitely push better than most BBs in the game. Like definitely can push. Good turret traverse, good firing angles, some of the best AP in the game, some of the best HE in the game, one of the best BB heals in the game, some of the best, basically the best battleship maneuvering in the game, which when you push is incredible. Like, yeah, absolutely, Thunderer can push. Thunderer can run it down on people pretty easily. It's insanely maneuverable. The guns are crazy, the heal is crazy. Yeah. The boat is nutty. I mean, it's like, do people think Thunderer is not one of the most broken boats in the game still? It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm legitimately asking. Like, do people think Thunderer is not insanely broken still? Thunderer is more maneuverable than Libtard, theoretically speaking. After the nerf to Libtard's acceleration, I think Thunderer is more maneuverable now. Or about the same. It has like a 10-second rudder shift. And a decent turning circle. Bourgogne. Decent. Maybe middle of the pack decent. 0 armor. Dog shit guns. Definitely a boat that lives and dies by the consumables. Like, you basically have the worst BB salvo in the game on a salvo for salvo basis. Like, if you guys want to stop the cope on Bourgogne, I know we rag on Bourgogne on this channel a lot, but if you actually think about it, on a salvo per salvo basis, Bourgogne has borderline the worst BB guns in the game when you factor in the dispersion, the caliber, and the pen. So, like, if you took the reload booster away from Bourgogne, it probably would be the worst ship in the game. The reload booster's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Republic, yeah, yikes, bro. Now, the only question I have with Repub is it worse than GK? But still BB in the game, baby. You're right, Daddy-O. The only question I have with Repub is it worse than GK? It's definitely worse than Preussen, but it's probably better than GK, right? Because, like, yeah, it is twice as squishy as GK, but it does have the range, better dispersion, and overmatch. It's probably a bit better than GK. Probably a bit better. Dog shit boat, though. God, I hate that boat. Lauria is still good. Still quite good. It's still one of the tankiest BBs in the game to, like, all ammo types. And if you go flat, you blow up, bro. Just stop. Stop going flat in your battleships. If you kite, you can get Citadel through the smokestack. Why are you kiting? Why are you kiting with 30-degree firing angles and some of the best armor in the game? Why are you fucking kiting, bro? Just stop. Get some help. Stop kiting all the time. It's not that difficult. Colombo. Dog shit. Unplayable. Yeah, please help. Please help. Please fucking help me when the Colombo is on my dick. Boat is ridiculous. Sicilia. Now, compared to Colombo, it's an F tier. But it's really not that bad. I'd say the main thing Sicilia has going for it is you can really do some playmaking sometimes. Like, it can be very frustrating to play, but you can also have, like, crazy games in it. Like, my first few days playing this thing, I think we had back-to-back 300k games. Because, like, having that smoke reload that fast can make you get away with... You can get away with a lot of horse shittery in this boat. It's fun. It's frustrating because of the guns and because you have the worst HE in the game. But it's also pretty resilient in a carrier lobby because you get like 5 minutes of smoke. It's definitely decent. I would rather play it than Bourgogne, but it's probably not as good as Bourgogne. I'll probably put it like in the bottom of decent for now. Willem de Ursta is very good. It's really good. It can't push very well because the gun layout is awkward. It's kind of a brick. The hull is pretty ass. But it just gets a shit ton of damage. And I mean, in random battles, though. Like, in random battles, you get to Citadel BBs across the map. You get to HE spam the dog shit out of BBs. What I love about Willem de Ursa, this is probably a bit of bias. It probably realistically is maybe here. But what I love about it is a custom-built BB fucker. I love it, bro. Like, they didn't give it overmatch on cruiser side plating or decks, but they gave it decent accuracy and insanely high pen and railguns. So when BBs go flat to it, they take Citadels across the map. Like, you will Citadel Vermont at like 20, 21 km in Willem, and it's so addicting. It's a threat to any BB at any range with HE or AP. And then like it's an incredibly hard counter. My favorite thing about Willem is like the hardest counter in the game to a main. And fuck mains. But like it's super funny playing Willem into main. But sub fuck it super hard. That is true. That is true. It's one. I mean, it has a few weaknesses. The hull is ass, but again, we're assuming you're a decent player that doesn't always go flat. It's very stealthy. It's very fast. The guns are insane. The airstrikes are insane. But yes, you basically don't have ASW. Like, effectively speaking, you don't even have tools against subs. Because even if you save your airstrikes and use them on the sub, they have like double the drop time of a normal BB ASW drop, so you never hit them. Maybe we'll put it like near the top of good. It's really, really good, but subs really fuck it. CV's fuck. It actually has pretty good AA though. If I'm not mistaken. I mean, when I play it, it feels like the AA is pretty good. Irresistible. I honestly think this ship sucks. Like, from a person who likes game impact and pushing in, it probably has less game impact than any battleship in the game. Because it's not ever a threat to BVs. Like, some ships like right? Like, Rhode Island has low caliber guns, right? Mecklenburg has low caliber guns. Bourgogne doesn't have a lot of pen, right? Sicilia doesn't have a lot of pen. But Irresistible, like, won't even Citadel BBs at 5 km, right? Like, there's basically no situation ever where a BB is like, oh my god, it's irresistible, I'm dead. It's more like, okay, if I let this asshole farm me for the next 3 minutes, I'll eventually die, so I need to stop pushing. But it farms an obscene amount of damage. Like this would be the one boat in the please help list for cruisers, basically, right? Like, compared to cruisers, it's insane. But like it just doesn't really have any game impact. And the thing is, like, if you're HE spamming in Thunderer or HE spamming in Irresistible, you're gonna farm a similar amount of fire and HE pen damage, but Thunderer is also very tanky and can one-shot things, right? So, like, my bias puts it in mid because I hate the boat. I hate playing it. It's boring as fuck. It has zero game impact aside from damage farming. It also never tanks because you're in smoke half the game. But, I mean, realistically, it's probably, like, decent overall. It just farms damage. That's all it really does. Colombo's the most played ship on the Weeb server. That makes sense, I guess. I mean, isn't it the most played ship on every server? Or does EU still have German dogs and NA still have Monty dogs? It's a hard ship for me to rank, honestly. Because, like, if this was a list of ships that are aids to play into, like, it would be way up here, right? Like, it's really, really annoying to when this thing is on the enemy team. Because you basically never even get to shoot at it. Like, it's going to be dark in the smoke half the game. And a lot of irresistible players are vegan cucks who just never shoot without the smoke. So, like, the experience of playing against an irresistible is one of suffering, pointless suffering. But the experience of playing the irresistible is like losing a lot of games that would be wins in any other BB. And so I'm trying to kind of calibrate that. Like, Mech has a lot more game impact because, again, Mecklenburg farms all probably 80% as well as irresistible, but it will also get shot at sometimes and tank damage. So maybe we'll put it like in the back of good. Kind of a big asterisk on this ship because I think I just hate it so much I could never call it strong. Even though, right, because again, this is assuming you actually like playing the game. This is a spawn leaving enthusiast kind of tier list. Does Irresistible perform better than Yamato or Conqueror? I mean, I would say probably, yeah. Like, but see, like, this is why it's hard to rate, right? Because Conqueror has way more game impact. Way more. No comparison. Conqueror has a lot of game impact because it gets farmed. Like, if you're in a Conqueror, every Yamato is going to shoot at you. Everyone's going to eat, right? Because people love shooting at Conqueror because they know it won't heal. You know, like if you're in a Thunderer, Conqueror is your favorite target because you know he probably won't even put out the double fire. And in like 3 minutes, Conqueror, a good Conqueror player, right? A smart Conqueror player will let himself be farmed, right? So Conqueror does kind of have like a lot of game impact by soaking up damage, but the ship basically sucks in the gun department. Like Bungo is a better HE spammer than Conk. Like kind of inarguably, it's better at HE spamming. Thunder is better at HE. Like Conqueror is not even that good at HE spamming. The shells do a lot of damage for the gun caliber, but it has GK dispersion and bad shell velocity. Like an average Conqueror salvo hits 4 or 5 shells out of 12, right? Whereas the average Bungo HE shell salvo hits 8 to 10. So it's just very hard for me to rate Irresistible because like I hate it. I despise it. I would put it here. But I mean, yeah, you can average like 200k in it. Like if you're a good damage farmer, you can average 200,000 damage and you're irresistible, right? And so that's obviously a decent amount of game impact, but yeah, I'm probably just going to put it I want to put it here. That's probably a hot take. I know the community seems to think this is like the most overpowered boat in the game. But I just think again, like being unfair and aggravating to play against does not make a ship overpowered. Like there's many situations where this battleship is completely dog shit, right? Like basically none of these BBs would ever die in like an actual 1v1 to it. You know what I mean? Like probably Bourgogne would. Probably like a Bourgogne or like a Louisiana or a Montana. Like this thing can just go shoot 2 guns at you, but like I don't know. A lot of BBs either have like way better healing or fuck you damage. I think there should be an asterisk. This is the one ship I'm gonna put an asterisk on because some people will probably put it up here, and some people will probably put it down here. I lean more towards it's pretty mid, but like I do recognize the absurd damage it farms. Oh, there it is. The Libertad. There we go. It's definitely please help. The amount of games you win in Hull by just existing. Oh yeah, dude. We say this all the time on this channel. Being AFK and farming damage is like Unicum win rate. Pretty much. Like it's pretty much you will just get like if you can just I mean now here's the thing is you will grief your team and they will hate you for it. But if you prioritize survival over everything and get decent damage, like that is a Unicum win rate playstyle. It doesn't require any skill. It's just there are certain playstyles that will get you good win rates in certain boats. And like that's one of them. Yeah, like you like AFK if you're in a hull and you have like 90% survival rate, you'll probably have a Unicum win rate in it just because you are representing above average damage farmed for the average player in the lobby and you haven't given the enemy team a free kill, right? So I guess the real question is what is the top dog of retarded? It's probably Colombo. And then Libtard, and then Vermont, and then Thunderer. That's probably what it is for me. Yeah, but like you have to keep in mind the ridiculous things that Colombo can do, Matiam. Like if there's a Svea, a Smolensk, or a Gene on the enemy team, they're deleted the first time they're spotted, right? Like, when it comes to battleships fighting battleships, I would agree it's probably this, maybe even this, right? If we're only talking BBs fighting BBs, it's probably this order for me. But if we're talking like overall, it's probably more like this. Because, like, when it comes to shooting destroyers, Colombo is one of the best ships in the game. Because you're accurate with 16 shells and they're railguns. So you don't ever mislead on DDs and they can never dodge because it's like. So think about the different situations you could be in, right? You've got to shoot a destroyer. Colombo's like basically the best battleship in the game. You've got to farm an enemy battleship at medium plus range. It's basically the best battleship in the game. Any cruiser, it's basically the best battleship in the game. Like, especially against Russian cruisers, dude. Like, Colombo does not give a fuck about your Moskva armor. Because all you need to overmatch Russian cruisers is 25. But then Colombo also won't overpen them. Yeah, I mean, the captain on Libtard is diabolical, to be sure. But there are a lot of situations where Libtard can't. Like, even ships that. Like, okay, like, like I say, right? In ranked, Incomp is the best BB in the game. But, like, Incomp against these boats, like, Incomp against Libtard is a pretty easy win. And then Incomp into Colombo is like a kind of is a tough fight, right? I think this is probably like the order overall, right? Because like if you're in any cruiser, Vermont is like the raid boss, right? If you're in any ultralight, it's Colombo or Thunderer, right? Like these ships are just crazy. Um, I'm probably gonna put Wisconsin a bit above Incomp because it's more consistent. This is one of the most consistent BBs in the game in randoms. Incomp has like Incomp has more game impact in certain lobbies, right? Like in no sub, no CV lobbies, Incomp might be like the best BB in the game, but you'll probably have like a lot of sub CV, sub hybrid, right? Double sub CV hybrid games. And then like it's not bad because of the plane spawning, right? I want to make this clear. There's this meme that Incomp sucks because of plane spotting, and that's stupid. Every BB suck. Like Bungo sucks due to plane spawning, as does Rhode Island, as does Thunderer, as does normal spec Vermont, right? As does Lauria. Like by that logic, they all suck, as does Willem. All of these BBs have like super stealth and rely on it to impact the game. So they all suck in a CV lobby if that's our logic. Really the main reason why Incomp sucks in a CV lobby is the low HP pool. Like the fact that your HP can be griefed by pen damage across the map and you just have less of it. Like, that's the real reason. Also, you have to remember Incomp now only has 8-1 spotting from planes and can heal CV torps, but that's not really the problem, right? Like I said, the problem with Incomp is the super low HP pool makes it a really nice target for carriers because like if you 15k this thing with Nakimov rockets, it's way more suffering because it just has less health, right? Um, as far as these ships go, yeah, it's probably like Wisconsin. Might even be Rhode Island after Wisconsin, really. I mean, Rhode Island's just so consistent and broken. I'm probably going to do something like this. Kremlin in the last place of strong. I mean, my bias says this, but I recognize that that's silly, right? Incomp's very good, but like I mean, these ships are just insanely like I had a game the other week with Danny where I was in Vermont and I was fighting like a Gdansk, a Yu Yang, two battleships and two cruisers, and I could never get dark because the DD was pig spotting me, and I just lived the whole game. Like half the enemy team decided to chase my Vermont into spawn and they just couldn't kill me because the combination of the 40-second DCP and the 31-second DCP and the 40-second heal cooldown, just the ship is just like unkillable. It's fucking ridiculous. You bought Svea as your first cruiser and like it. Would you recommend Incom as my second steel ship or something else better? I mean, I would say if you consider yourself a good player, Incomp is the pick. But Incomp is the highest skill BB in the game. Like that is, I don't even really think I don't even think that's an argument. Like it's probably the highest skill BB in the game. So a lot of the reason why people don't like Incomp is it doesn't, number one, it doesn't play like any other BB. No battleship on this list plays the same way as Incomp. So if you play Incomp like any other BB, you will have a bad fucking game. Like, so number one is you cannot really utilize any. The only relevancy as far as battleship skill is angling. Like, don't go flat. That's relevant on Incomp, but like no other BB ability, no other battleship gameplay is really relevant to it. Like, you don't really shot hold. You don't really wait for the broadsides as much. Like, you don't kite. You almost always stay. Like, same thing with Lauria, which is why I think a lot of people hate Lauria, is you have to go bow in. Same thing with Kremlin. A lot of these BBs just don't kite. And a lot of people hate BBs that don't kite because everyone is addicted to kiting because it's an easy way to get a higher win rate and higher damage, right? Can you talk about funny button for Wisconsin? Do you target bad targets just to get it charged up, or is it nice to have? I mean, I see what you're saying. You're saying like, do you shoot irrelevant targets you won't get good damage on, but will farm the button? And I would say like probably, yeah. I would say it depends. Like, if I'm 2 shells from getting my F key, I'm not gonna shoot a DD unless it's like in my mouth, right? Like, I'm not going to take a super low percentage shot if I could get the F key. Because kind of the way the Wisconsin F key, in my opinion, works is if you're really healthy, you just use it like a Bourgogne F key, like a Bourgogne booster. And then once you're down to like half HP, you basically only use it for the healing, is kind of what I typically do. Like, if I'm on over 60,000 health, I'll just use it whenever I think I'll get extra damage. I'll just use it. But the second I start like taking any kind of fire, I'll basically hoard it for the healing. I mean, like, listen, dude, I'm the number one Incomp apologist, as everyone here knows. But like, Incomp will not teach you how to play other BBs either. Like, it's just a different kind of boat, if that makes sense. Like, you're not gonna, if you play Incomp and it's your, like, let's say for some weird reason that's the only battleship you owned and you played 1,000 Incomp games, like, that doesn't translate to any other BB in the game. Like, it's just kind of its own thing, which is why I'm convinced most people hate it, because you can't play it like any other BB, and the second you do, it doesn't work, and the second you play any other BB like an Incomp, that doesn't work either. I think that's the end of the list, right? Pretty sure. So, I think that's probably the order. Solo and randoms. Wisconsin, Rhode Island. Bungo, Incomp, Kremlin. The Ersta, Lauria, Ohio. Vincent, Mac. I feel like we need another ship in mid. Is Sicilia maybe the king of mid? What do we think? See, like, it's not. This is the problem with rating the BBs, guys. Is like they're all broken. Like, there's no bad battleship in like GK is probably the worst battleship in the game. Like, it doesn't die to any cruiser 1v1. like, like, what are we doing, right? Like in a close range fight, in a 10-kilometer fight, what cruiser kills GK? None of them do. Like, the boat is, like, this ship is dog shit, but like, if you get to run at people in any battleship, like you kill anything. Probably the most suffering BB in the game to like cruisers is Slava and Repub. But I mean, even like Sicilia, like you can't, even the ships you can't overmatch, like a Des Moines, you could still just run them over. You know what I mean? Like you don't really care. Like if you're in a full health battleship and you're against a full health Des Moines, like you're just gonna win. You still think Repub is the worst? I mean, listen, I would rather play GK. Unironically, I would rather be in GK, but I do think Republic is better. It has more game impact because it can punch shit across the map, right? Like the guns are pretty good at long range. You can't take that away from Repub. The hull is complete dog shit. It can't tank, and it has kind of mediocre damage output, but like the guns are really effective at range. And the reload means that if cruisers fuck up, like you're gonna punish them probably. So it is probably better than GK, I guess. I'm again wanting my list to look more pretty though. Decent. Are any of the decent ships mid? See, like, I just don't think you can ever call Shiki or Yamato mid. Because, like, at the end of the day, they just ignore people's armor. Right? Like, are they suffering to play? Yes. Do they get eaten alive by, like, anything with sap? Good, decent HE, decent AP? Yes. But, like, they just LOL click most BBs in the game at certain... Like if you're in a Thunderer, you're going to farm a crazy amount of damage on Yamato, but he also might just, like, randomly 20k you every salvo, right? And, like, you're going to overmatch, obviously, all the cruisers. Especially, too, Wargaming has added more 32 mil cruise. Like, if you think about it, right? Austin used to be the only cruiser with 32. And now, if you fast forward 3 or 4 years, they've added Genan with 32. They've added Cerberus with 32. And they just added Admiral Latrine with 32. So what Wargaming has done, if you guys have noticed the trend, is they've added more cruisers recently with 32 armor. And they've added more BBs that only have 32. Like, think about the BBs that have 32, right? Like, Bungo's 32 or less everywhere. Willem is 32 or less everywhere. Vincent has a lot of 25, 30-ish, right? Irresistible is 32 everywhere. So that's 4 battleships, right? 4 battleships that are covered in 32 are, like, new, right? Because Bungo's, like, what, 2 years old? Willem is a few months old. Irresistible's a few months old, right? So, like, there's more ships proportionally in the game where 32 overmatch is good against, right? Like, there's been a recent trend in adding a lot of 32 BBs and cruisers. Would Shiki be better than Preussen though? I mean, I would say so. It's more accurate. Like, they have like a similar, like, Shikishima shells are cracked, right? Like, you have IGN, you have Legmon Yamato dispersion, but the shells are like crazy, right? Like, the shells are better than Incomp shells. You know what I mean? Like, they are faster and have more pen than Incomp shells. It's just that Incomp is way more accurate. So Shikishima, what's nice about Shikishima is that you Citadel BBs at really long range, right? And you have a faster reload, so you're more likely to have a shot if someone goes flat. But then you also have the pen. Like, it has a lot of AP pen, which is nice. Like, you'll Citadel BBs at 20 in Shiki, right? Whereas most BBs maybe don't pass 15 or 16. Shiki and Yamato have a random chance to make the game 6v5. That's kind of my point, right? Is like the X factor of 32 overmatch, I just don't think can be understated. And again, this is going back to, like, is a ship bad or just suffering to play? I think playing Yamato is anti-fun. You can't play make. You're very inconsistent against broadside ships, so it feels like people can turn out and get away with it all the time. and the dispersion lets you down on the overmet side of things a lot of the time. And if someone gets aggressive on you, you can't really defend yourself. So I think the ship is, and the turret traverse is like, the turret traverse on these boats should be 40-second space. Like, let's be honest, right? It's ridiculous, the turret traverse. And so they're suffering to play. Like, I liken it to the Shima, right? Like, Shima is annoying to play. That you feel like the game is griefing you when you play it. Same thing with Yamato. You just feel aggrieved, right? You feel super aggrieved by the fact that you can't really dodge damage. You get farmed by sap and APDDs and HE spam. But, like, you also just click BBs for 15k at any angle. So there's no way you can ever call that boat mediocre, is my thing. Like, if this was fun to play, it's like down here. Like, I would rather play GK than Yamato. Legitimately, I would. But Yamato is definitely better than GK, right? That's kind of how I look at it. Is just because a boat sucks to play doesn't necessarily make it bad. Like, I kind of have a good time in Sicilia. I think it can be a fun boat. But it's definitely not good. Like, it's definitely not good. It's not bad, but I don't know. I might put it up here. I'm putting it up there. I don't think I can call it mid. Because, I mean, it's just... Yeah, I can. I can. I would put Bourgogne in the king of mid, personally. I'm doing it. Fuck it. That'll be the screenshot, and then people can rage in the comments. Hell yeah. Put it in mid, just to piss people off. I hate that ship, dude. I hate it. In 2020, Bourgogne was up here, dude. How the times have changed. How the times have fucking changed, man. It's now the king of mid. God bless. Oh, goodness.